Hello, everybody. Welcome to day two. Hopefully, everything is going well. You can see I'm wearing the same shirt as I'm recording this on the same day. I'm not wearing the same clothes day in and day out, but just wanted to let you know that. Welcome to Introduction of Business. Hopefully, everything's going well. I know most of you are ninth graders. If not all of you, right now my grading system is broke, so I can't see what my updated list looks like. But I know this is going to be a small class, which is awesome because we can have conversations and we can kind of make the class go the way we feel we want to go and learn the things we want to learn about. So I don't know if I did this, but my name is Mr. Kistler. And one of the things I wanted to go over is the Google Meet expectations that when we are in Google Meet that you kind of follow. The one thing that I pride myself on as a teacher here is that most of my kids try to have respect for each other and treat each other kind. So when we are in a Google Meet, there is a chat feature, and I'm okay if you want to use that chat feature to chat with each other. What I'm not okay with if you're using it to make fun of people or do inappropriate comments to get attention. So just wanted to make sure that we're on our best behavior, that Google Meet is like a Google Classroom or a classroom. Um, the other thing I wanted to talk to you about Google Meet is where you're having your Google meeting. So a lot of you, your only choice is in your bedroom, and that is fine. But for me, if you have another place that you can do the Google Meet, either at your kitchen table, out on your porch, wherever, I would prefer that. I'm not real comfortable being in your bedroom. I had some incidents last spring where students were getting up, moving stuff in their bedroom. If you have to do it in your bedroom, that's fine. Just make sure there's nothing inappropriate laying around that would make me uncomfortable or make anyone else uncomfortable in the class. Okay. The other thing is make sure you're muted most of the time, unless you have a question. The best way I've been finding is if you have a question in the chat, is to put the question in the chat feature, and we can go over all this stuff to get you more comfortable at some point. But put that question in the chat or just say, hey, I have a question, and then I can call you out. It's very hard in Google Meet to talk to each other because we can't read body language and we can't hear when somebody's trying to ask a question. There's some fixes coming for that in Google, but they're just not here yet. Other than that, that's kind of the Google Meet expectations. I did just kind of want to go over um, the code of conduct for our classes. And this is a business department code of conduct, and this is in your Google Classroom. So the late to class one in this hybrid model is kind of up in the air a little bit because we have to release you in two phases. So group one will leave at one time, and then group two will leave at one time. I will put you in group one or group two, and they'll be about 3 minutes apart. So it's going to be kind of weird those first couple days getting into all these new procedures. But if we ever go back to a normal bell schedule where kids are coming at a certain time, you know, on the third lateness, there is discipline action that needs to be taken care of. And we mark that in our attendance, and it really just goes to our assistant principal. And if you're late 3 times, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be, again, very different with the hybrid because we have one-way halls, we have one-way stairs, and most of you are new to the building. We get it, and we're going to work with you. So don't freak out about it. And I'm going to, on the first day, you come 5 minutes late, and you're like, Mr. Kistler, I didn't know where I was going. I get it. Okay. It's all going to be weird for all of us. All right. The signing in, signing out is electronic. There's a QR reader or QR code on our door. We ask that you use your laptop to do that. Leave your laptop here and then scan it when you come back. Uh, we try to, unless you are very sick, keep bathroom breaks under 5 minutes. Just think in this schedule, if you're gone for 5 minutes, you've missed almost a quarter of the class now. All right. Assignments and projects. The big thing with these is you need to be in communication with me. All right. My due dates are firm unless you have talked to me ahead of time and said, hey, look, this is happening. This is what's going on. We all have email. You can send me an email from home, that type of thing. But if you're here and you're working, you should not have to worry about the due dates. You should be able to hand everything in as long as you stay focused and on task. But one day late, I take 5% of your points away. 2 days late, I take 10% of your points away. 3 days late, will result in a deduction of 50%. Okay, I give plenty of time to work in class. One of my philosophies is that having an open and communication is really how you learn, and to sit down with you and talk through the project. I'm not in it to fail anybody, but I'm also not here just to kind of babysit you and have you mess around and then hand everything in at the end of the quarter. So, you know, just if there is a problem, own it, talk to me, and we'll get through it. I don't give too many tests or quizzes. Intro to Business has more. We're not sure how many of those tests and quizzes we're going to be giving because of the hybrid model. We try to make it as project-based as possible, but if we do give a test or a quiz, just be aware that if you miss a day, that on the day you return, you're going to have to take that test. Okay. Plagiarism, we like to collaborate. We don't like to copy. Okay, and there's a big difference between collaboration and copying. Just make sure that if you are working with somebody, that you are holding your end of the bargain and adding something to that conversation or that document, and not just copying the answers off of the paper. Phones, no phones in here right now. It's too distracting. We don't get our work done when the phones are there. We want to be focused on our work. That goes for me too. When I'm here, most of the time, unless there's some sort of something going on at home that I need to be in contact with somebody, my phone will be on the table face down, and that courtesy goes to you too. If there's something you need to address at home, hey, Mr. Kistler, something's going on. I need to answer this, or hey, Mr. Kistler, there's something going on at home. I may get a phone call in here. I would appreciate that. Okay. Student masks, no ifs, ands, or buts about that one. Can't do anything about it. You got to wear them. They got to cover your face. They got to wrap around your ears. All that good stuff. Mr. Ginich went over all that. There's a bunch of general classroom rules here, but just wanted to tell you guys, my biggest thing is having respect for yourself, respect for each other, and I want this to be a working partnership. And to do that, we need to listen to each other, and we need to be courteous to each other, and just get along. All right. The big thing this year, if you are in class, I know sometimes students like to line up at the door. It's one of my pet peeves. I don't like it. This year, it's even more important because we got to keep that 6 feet distance. So we got to be careful we're not, poking and punching each other and doing all the stuff that sometimes high school boys like to do. Occasionally, high school girls like to do. But okay, we want to keep our hands to ourselves. We want to keep our space, all that types of stuff. We are still having fire drills. When we do the fire drills, we go right out. We'll go over that procedure when one gets a little bit closer, but we're trying to figure out how that's going to look in the COVID hybrid model. So more to come on that. So what are we learning in here? In here, I also have your syllabus. Okay. This is a full year course, so it is going to be 1 credit long. And really, we're just giving you the bits and pieces of the business courses. And if you like the marketing section, you can decide to take a marketing class. If you like the finance section, you can take an accounting class. We're just trying to give you a little taste of everything to see if you like, one, business, and two, what area of business you do like. So we're going to go over careers. We're going to go over owning a business, marketing, handling information, the types of retail businesses, managing your money, all that type of stuff. Okay. Now, this is a syllabus we use year to year. This is not a hybrid syllabus, so we don't know how quickly we're going to get through all this information. So bear with us. This is right now an ever-changing document, but this kind of lays out the first, second, third, and fourth quarter. And I'll just, in the first quarter, we're basic business terms: the economic decision, opportunity cost, how to make a good decision in business, what roles we assume in the economy, how do we measure the economy, which is really, really cool to talk about right now because there's so many things going on in the economy that we have to talk about. And there's some things that are in the textbook that are not happening, and it's more of a conversation onto why it's not happening, and things are changing in monetary policy, and it's really kind of interesting for me anyways. I get excited about it. I don't know as much as you will. Okay, assessments, we are going to have some quizzes, some tests, not many, but we are going to have some projects, and I'm going to ask you to stand up and speak, all right, and do some public speaking. Again, everybody's scared of public speaking. We get it, all right? However, it's an important skill to develop, and we're willing to work with you on that, all right? So I know people have a lot of anxiety with that. Hey, if you come in and you do it just to me and do the presentation to me, great, all right? Because that's one step in the right direction. Our goal is to get you out of your comfort zone and do some things that maybe you're not comfortable doing to try and grow you as a person and an individual, okay? There is a few times I'm going to ask you to do homework, and then obviously a lot of the stuff is done in class here and or at home with the hybrid model. So look, it's going to be a crazy time. There's going to be a lot of crazy things that go on. Who knows? In 2 weeks we might be virtual. In 2 weeks we might be green, and we're all in here together, and we're one big happy family. We're ideally we all work together. We learn some things. We have some fun, and hopefully down the road you decide business is what's for you, and we have a bunch of classes together. But please, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to me. I have Google Classroom on my phone, so if you put a comment in Google Classroom, I'll get it. I have a Twitter, so if you direct message me on Twitter, I have that. I have email. Okay, there's lots of ways to communicate me any concerns or questions you might have. All right, well, thank you, and I will see you tomorrow.